Hello, my name is Hannah Fowler, and I am here with Forward Engineering, and today we are going to talk to you about the DC Clean Rivers Project. Currently in DC, there is a problem with the combined sewer overflow into the rivers. There are two different types of systems. There is a separated sewer system, which doesn't negatively impact the rivers because the runoff water drains directly into the river. Sewer water drains to the treatment plant directly. And then there's the combined sewer system, in which on a dry condition day, there is no issues with runoff. But when there's excess rainfall running into the system overflows and contaminates the rivers. Currently in DC, approximately 1/3 of the sewer systems are combined, which poses a problem with the combined sewer overflow. I will now hand this over to Edgar to talk to you about the solutions to the problem.
Thank you, Hannah. Some of the solutions that the Clean Rivers Project has been implementing are the following. They have replaced some of the combined systems with separate sewer systems. However, this does come at a high cost and it involves a lot of construction, as you have to remove one system that's currently being used to build another system. And this has to be done for every home in the combined sewer systems. They have also built overflow tunnels that run below the surface. These tunnels take the overflow from a rain and they prevent it from going into the rivers and they take it to the treatment plants. This also comes at a high cost, but it is a very effective way to keep the rivers clean. They have also implemented green infrastructure throughout the communities that have combined sewer systems. This comes at a low cost and also provides benefits to the environment as you are using green infrastructure. Here's a picture of the overflow tunnel project. In the colored lines, you can see where tunnels have been built or are projected to be built. The only tunnel that has not been built yet is the Potomac River Tunnel. That's on the left side in orange. The First Street Tunnel and the Anacostia Tunnel have already been built and are being used currently in the system. These tunnels are come into effect whenever you have large amounts of rains, as during these times is when the combined sewer systems are overburdened and overflow. Before, they used to overflow into the rivers. However, with the tunnels, all that overflow is directed through the tunnels to the treatment plants. And these tunnels are between 30 and 40 feet in diameter, so these are very large tunnels, and they run about 75 to 122 feet below the surface. The tunnels, however, are not a green infrastructure. The types of green infrastructures that are used in the communities include bioretention gardens, pervious pavements along the roads, green roofs, and downspout disconnections and rain barrels. I'll now hand this off to Joshua so that he can tell you all a little bit more about how these green infrastructures are used in the communities.
Thank you, Edgar. Bioretention gardens such as planters and curb extensions are being implemented in the DC area. Planters are a great way to slow down the process because the stormwater has to infiltrate into the ground before it makes its way into the storm system. A curb extension is another way of slowing down the process by adding plants to the curb and sidewalk that have to absorb some of the runoff before it makes it to the storm system. The curb extensions also slow down traffic for that road. Pervious pavements are an effective means of addressing environmental issues such as CSO. Pervious pavement captures stormwater and allows it to seep into the groundwater, thus reducing stormwater runoff. Pervious pavements are primarily used in parking lots, roadway shoulders, alleys, and courtyards. Pervious pavements reduce water volume that the sewers have to handle. They also reduce runoff contamination. I will now hand it over to Cole to talk more about green infrastructure practices.
Thank you, Josh. Another type of green infrastructure that is being implemented is green roofs. A green roof is a roof that is partially or completely covered with vegetation that allows for reduced runoff from the roofs. They are effective in reducing stormwater volumes. Green roofs also create habitats and add aesthetics to the building. Rain barrels are another simple form of green infrastructure. Disconnecting downspouts from the roof and gutter system and directing the stormwater into a barrel for reuse is a simple yet effective method. This method reduces the amount of stormwater that enters the system. DC has provided free rain barrels to homeowners who have volunteered so far. I'll now hand it back over to Hannah.
Thank you, Cole. This picture shows the CSO overflow in million gallons per year on average. Before these practices were implemented, there was approximately 1,963 million gallons in the system of overflow. After all these different procedures are implemented between the green infrastructure and the tunnels, there's going to be an approximate 96% reduction, leaving us with only 138 million gallons of CSO overflow. This project is projected to be completed sometime in 2030 and will have a great impact on lowering the CSO overflow that's being dumped into the rivers. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation over the DC infrastructure projects. We would now like to open it up for any questions.